But in the meantime, I'm just thinking about you in this fantastic school, because it is a lovely school.
Yeah, it is.
Talking to some of the key people about your development.
Okay.
Because they're not mind readers.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. Yes. Yeah.
Now the third area was get life.
Okay.
Yeah, because you haven't got one at the moment.
No, not really.
Now we have half an hour shaved off each day. Okay, so if we've got that half hour, you need to promise me you're going to do something only for you in that half an hour.
Okay.
How feasible do those 3 areas sound to you?
They seem like goals that I can achieve. Yes. Yeah. Having the timer would definitely help. Normally, if I'm doing my work in front of the TV, I often tell myself I'll wait till the end of this programme, but then it runs into the next programme, and so on and so forth. But if there is a timer that goes off after an hour and a half, I think that will help me. I will find it difficult to get into those routines because I've been in the other routines for such a long time.
It takes a minimum of 21 days of repeated action every day just to begin to lay down a neural pathway in your brain that's like a fledgling habit, so that it starts to become more like an automatic pilot. So you're absolutely right about that. But I'd like to throw something in. If you feel panicky, and you may do because you have some very strong thinking style about doing your best and getting everything done and that, what I want you to do is, do you remember that image that I asked you to think about, which was if in 15 or 20 years time, you know, what could be happening? Well, although that's a negative thought, can you use it as a positive reinforcer?
I think I will be doing. Yes. Some of the things that you've said, some advice that you've given have really hit a nerve today.
Because you know, Sophia, you are fabulous. I have enjoyed watching you. I really, really admire what you do, and it's obvious when you're with the kids how much you really enjoy and you want them to have the best, etc. But it's now time for their teacher to have some of the best.
Thank you.
Well, it really has been a pleasure. And you know something, I can't wait to come back and see how you've managed to cope.
Well, I can't wait for you to come back, and I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully you'll see big changes in me.
I really hope it, because you know something, you're worth it.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Great. Okay, take care, see you soon.
And you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, last year we saw Emma Thomas, who's a science teacher, and she had no time whatsoever to play her viola. In fact, her main problem was she couldn't say no, and she just took on more work than she needed to do. Well, let me give you a reminder.
Emma Thomas, a science teacher from Stratton Upper School in Bedfordshire, was finding it hard to balance school life with being a single mum.
Can I lean on the door?
Emma had a hectic schedule, with her daughter and schoolwork, leaving her exhausted. So Emma asked Ease the Load to help her find some time for the things she enjoys, like her viola.
Hi Emma, I'm Gladina, nice to meet you. Oh, lovely, thank you.
We sent Gladina to spend a day with Emma to observe her home life, as well as the time she spends in school.
Don't talk while I'm talking.
What Gladina found left her concerned for Emma's health and well-being.
So have you ever been overtired or made yourself unwell?
Yes, I had a period about 18 months, 2 years ago, when I had to have 2 weeks off through a viral infection that was brought on through exhaustion.
So in which case we're looking at a number of things for you to do. The first is I actually want you to go away.
Gladina asked Emma to create a timetable of her life, to block off all her spare time and allocate a third of it for herself. Secondly, Gladina felt that Emma was taking on too much work and wanted her to consider whether she could take on a task before saying yes.
All right, keep it up.
1 year later, and will Emma still be making time for herself?
Well, I've been told Emma's in the music department, and from what I can hear, I think she's been practising. That sounds good. Let's go and see her. Hi, Emma.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Oh, nice to see you practising.
Yeah, I'm just getting some practice. We've got the school concert tomorrow night, so... Should we go and talk in the staff?
Yeah, let's go. So tell me, how did the strategies work that we devised for you last time?
Really well. Yeah, I've taken on a few extra tasks, but they're ones that I've really wanted to do that have helped my personal development. I've said no. I've had things that aren't my job. I've turned around and said no because I simply don't have time to do them, and I'd rather concentrate on the things that I'd like to do.
So specifically, I mean, for example, we talked about you actually setting up a timetable. How did that work?
Sometimes it's better than others. I mean, I have the timetable up, so when I do have a free period or planning time, I always know what I should be doing in it. I mean, with teaching, there's always something that comes up, so sometimes I can't stick to it. But most of the time it is, and it means that I know what I'm doing and I'm not left at the end of school thinking, oh, I've got to do this at home.
And making time for yourself, because we were talking about that, weren't we?
Yes. I've done my grade 1 viola, which I passed and got a merit, and I don't think I would have done if I hadn't made sure I had that time to practice. But it also means that every now and then I can sit down and watch telly, which is really nice, yeah, because I actually know what the kids are talking about during the day now sometimes.
So it's allowed you what I call some slob time.
Yes.
Yeah? And you really needed that, because, I mean, you didn't have any of that before.
No, it's made a difference. I'm sleeping better as well because I'm not finishing working and trying to go straight to bed.
So if you had some challenges now, say, because that sounds like you've got on top of a number of aspects, what might they be?
I'm doing a couple of personal development courses, which is obviously going to need time. I need to submit a portfolio for that. But because I know what time I have free, it means that I can quite easily plan to put that in without putting too much extra pressure on and without actually having to give up the time that I've put away for myself. I think I've passed some of the ideas on to some other staff as well. Some other people in the department have had a look at it and thought, oh, that's a really good idea. So hopefully it's helped some other people as well.
Well, it sounds, Emma, as if you're doing really, really well. So what can I say except Miss can have a gold star. So from one perfectionist who's trying to juggle the demands of being a perfectionist and a mum to another.
It's been a week now since Gladina's visit, and after speaking with her, I thought I'd be able to put into practice all the advice that she had given. Sadly, I've not been able to do any of that, and I suppose it's down to me being used to working such long hours every evening. I'm going to keep trying, however, because I'm determined to put into practice all that Gladina had advised me to do so. My friend Jane has bought me this wonderful timer so that I can reduce my working hours. So I'm going to go now and see if I can put this timer to the test. It's been a couple of weeks now since I've been using the timer, and I'm really pleased with the results. It's amazing how something so small can be so effective in helping me reduce the number of hours I work in the evenings. But what's really important is that I'm really happy with the quality of lessons I'm delivering. Since Gladina's visit, I've had a couple of meetings with the head teacher now in terms of career development. Both meetings have been very fruitful, and tomorrow I'll be meeting with the school advisor to see what information and advice he has to offer. So I better go and prepare my notes. It's 9 o'clock now. I've done 1 hour of schoolwork, which is really good for me. It's time for me now to pick up a really good book and enjoy it. I've been reading tests for a few weeks now, and in the past, for one reason or another, haven't been able to get past chapter 2. But this time, because I've been really making an effort, I'm halfway through. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm going to carry on reading it.
Two months down the line and Gladina's back in Nelson, Lancashire. Will Sophia have finished that book yet?
Hi, Hassan. Is Mummy in?
Yeah, she's upstairs in the gym.
Oh, lovely. Take me to her then. Hi.
Hello.
Well, you're putting some effort in, aren't you?
I certainly am. I've just finished my workout. I'll just get changed.
Right, we'll have a chat then.
Okay.
So, Sophia, it's fantastic to see you again. But you know, I really want to know, how's it been since I was last here?
It's been absolutely fabulous. I took on board all the advice that you'd given me, which was really good. It took me some time to put that into practice, I must admit, because I suppose I'd been so set in my old routine for so many years. To break from that was quite a challenge. But step by step, I did try and implement it, and I think I've succeeded. So I'm really pleased.
It's really what we call the big dream through the small step. So,
Right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the big dream is all these things that you really want to do, but to do it, you have to go back and build on each
Yeah.
small step.
What I did find really helpful was the timer that my friend gave me. Unfortunately, that only ran for an hour. Then, instead of working for 1.5 hours, as you suggested, I only worked for the hour. And
Fantastic.
still I'm doing. And some evenings I'm not doing any work at all.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've done really well.
Tell me some more then about what's been going on.
Well, I've met with the head teacher a couple of times. Like you suggested, that I should go up to her, make an appointment, set out some time. So I have done that. We've discussed my career in terms of moving it on, and we've come up with the idea where I should shadow more senior members of staff to get a feel for their roles, their responsibilities, and then maybe assess from that if it's something that I would really like to do, which my inner feeling is that I will like to do it, but it'd be nice to be able to shadow them and get the experience that way. Plus I spoke to the school advisor who gave me a whole number of options and suggested different routes in for promotion, which was really good advice too.
Now, I've really got to ask this question. On those evenings that you're not doing anything or you're finishing early, what are you then doing for yourself?
Lots of different things. I'm picking up the phone, ringing friends, catching up on the latest gossip. I'm reading more, which I'm really enjoying. When I'm watching the television, I'm not watching it with my work in front of me. I'm actually sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying the film. I'm also taking long soaks and sometimes using the gym too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what can I say? Star pupil, I guess. And I think what you said earlier is very true. You know, change isn't something that comes easily. You just have to keep chipping away at it every day until it becomes more natural. But well done you.
I like it when my mum's happy because she is relaxed. My mum has a gym and she doesn't used to use it, now she does use it.
I think I have very much so achieved all that I wanted to achieve. I think this is very much going to be my routine now. I'm so enjoying all this free time that I have. I couldn't imagine going back and putting in over 2 hours a night of work, physically and mentally. I didn't realise how draining it was until now. You can still be happy with the work that you do even though you reduce your working hours, definitely so. And I'd recommend that schools provide teachers with timers.